Yo, you have to be kidding me, right? Come on, man. All right, so your boy was out of it, right? I was giving blood up at the American Red Cross, and I champion everyone else to also give blood. It's something I've been passionate about, and I've been telling you guys about for years. So make sure you get out and give some blood, right? But I must be lightheaded because this can't be true, right? Seahawks bring in Drew Lock for second time, source confirms. And then you see some other sources that say that he was actually signed, right? Drew Lock. Drew Lock back. Drew Lock back. Tell the whole world that Drew Lock back. It sounds like that song Tupac back. Drew Lock back. Drew Lock has a cult following in Seattle, just like Tupac has a cult following everywhere in the world. Right? Come on, man. People out there straight up bouncing in the streets, everybody going wild, I can believe, out there because Drew Lock is back. Now, what does this mean? Drew Lock being back there, and I think they said a $5 million deal or something like that, right? Actually, yeah, Lock is set to sign a 2-year, $5 million contract, right? So that's just like something that they could easily get off and under, right? If, let's just say in the preseason that you have Drew Lock battling out with Sam Howell, right? Because to me, it never makes sense to really have 3 veteran QBs on your team, right? You go get a veteran quarterback. Maybe if you could stash somebody that's a veteran on the roster. Usually you want to have someone on your team who is a third quarterback. You're probably being developed, right? Which I did a video on, right? I did a video on Jalen Milroe. You have to comment, right? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense right here. Somebody saying that he can't throw the ball worth of shit, right? You probably said it with some sass, like, he can't throw the ball worth of shit, because that's the only thing I could think of when people do this. It's the same shit that I heard about my man Joe Milton last year, right? And how did that work out? He became a hot commodity playing that Taysom Hill role. It wasn't about him being the starting quarterback, right? You already have a couple of veterans on the team. He would be your third developmental QB. Life isn't actually that hard as some of these people make it out to be, you know what I mean? This kid is a freak athlete like Lamar Jackson, and I don't use that lightly. I never compare anyone to Lamar Jackson. I think he is the best doing it. I compare this kid to him as far as an athlete goes. You put him in that Taysom Hill role immediately, and he pays dividends while you already have multiple guys on the team, right? So, but obviously, a lot of people are going to be happy about Drew Lock's return to Seattle. He has that cult following, like I said. He had a good segment, right? He had a really good segment where he threw a game-winning touchdowns against the Philadelphia Eagles, and I think that will live on forever for him. Never mind the fact of how that game actually went. I'm saying if people have revisionist history right there, right? He wasn't doing that well up until those moments, but he did show himself against, what I'm saying, let's be real here, a reeling Philadelphia Eagles defense that absolutely sucked at the end of the year. They had lost 2 games prior to that, and then they ended up losing 2 more afterwards, right? That wasn't the deal, right? That was 2 more, and then lost the playoff game really bad. So I believe he did the same thing this year as well. Now I'm confused. If anyone has any tenureship up on top billing, they should know how I feel about Drew Lock. People be talking about me sunshine pumping and shit like that, right? But they don't actually watch the videos. They read titles. Right? I've said this 50 million times, bro. You got to watch my videos. A title is a title. We have to do title. It's a necessary evil. I wish I could just say football, right? You know what I'm saying? And then you watch what I have to say. People know I don't like Drew Lock. I don't think he's very good. I never thought he was very good. He didn't leave the Seahawks, right? I have people talking shit to me, talking about, oh, yeah, he's going to go to the Giants. He's going to do this and that. Your man went to the Giants and looked very much like he's always looked at me. A 59% completion percentage. That's Drew Lock. That was Drew Lock in college, right? 6 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, a 75.5 rating, right? So I'm not saying he's god-awful or anything like that. I just don't think he's worthy of a lot of the praise that was bestowed upon him by people. I mean, he had a good start to his rookie year, right? But a lot of people have that, right? Then once the league starts to figure you out, then they start to say, all right, he doesn't do this very well. Let's take away, you know what I'm saying? It's like taking away someone's jab or something like that. If they're a good jabber, you take away their jab, then what else can they do, right? I think he's a fairly good athlete. He has a huge arm. There's no doubt about that. He can throw the deep ball. But you can say that same shit about Sam Howell. Like, what's the difference? I don't know a difference there. So, to me, one of those guys need to go, right? If Sam Darnold is the guy, then runner between Sam Howell and Drew Lock, they need to go, and then they need to have a young developmental QB on them. It doesn't have to be obviously Jalen Milroe, just somebody who's a rookie, right? I would imagine there, but I don't know. All I do is cover this game, baby. You know what I'm saying? I don't make the rules there, but I mean, I didn't see anything from Drew Lock. I think he did it again, right? He had a good game against, I want to say it may have been the 49ers or somebody like that. Man, I forget who he balled out against. It was the Colts. 4 touchdowns and no interceptions against the Colts, right? And then he had to, you know what I'm saying, he had to face the Eagles, and he did not look that good, right? Like a deer in the headlights. And you see right there, 4.8 average. He had a touchdown and an interception there. But for the most part, right, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 56% completion percentage. He had his first couple of games. I was like, damn, he's really out there not doing anything with a 5.6 average, right? Come on, man. 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. That's Drew Lock right there. Inconsistencies, flashes of brilliance. But, I mean, eventually, are you going to call a spade a spade? So, once again, if they think they could get something out of him, if they see something, it's all good, right? Maybe him with Clint Kubiak could be there, but he's been with some pretty good people, right? You know what I mean? He's been with some pretty good veteran coaches and everything. So, listen, you guys like it, it's all good, right? But he looked very much like his career, because you look at his career here, 59% completion percentage. That's what he had in his, 5th year, I think it was, 5th or 6th year. Yeah, 1 more touchdown and interception. Yeah, he was sacked 6 times against the Dallas Cowgirls in the game, you know what I mean? So, like I said before, he'll show you a little bit of athleticism every once in a while if you know what I'm saying, take him lightly in that department. But does he move the needle for me for the Seattle Seahawks? I don't find him to be much better than a Sam Howell, right? I feel like Sam Howell may have a little bit better upside just because he's a little younger. And he doesn't have as much experience as Drew Lock. But, I mean, maybe they saw something that they didn't like in Sam Howell in practice, right? Couldn't be in the game, right? Because you don't give somebody that little time and then you come to a conclusion. But you do get to see these guys in practice all year round. So they let Drew Lock go 1 time. So, I mean, that's after having him for a couple of years. So you have to imagine, you know what I'm saying, what do they really think about that? With a 2-year contract worth $5 million or something like that? We shall see that. But you're going to have to let me know what you think about this, and what does it mean for Sam Howell, and what does it mean for the draft? Should they still go after a QB, a developmental QB in the draft, and maybe, you know what I mean, see if move off of Sam Howell? I don't know. I would let them battle it out in camp. You know what I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they moved off of Drew Lock after camp. So, I mean, if nobody else is signing this dude right through free agency, imagine that as well. So, I don't know. You guys got to let me know. Drew Lock back. Drew Lock back, like my man Meek Mills said, right? It's Drew Lock back, baby. So, let me know what you think, all right? That being said, big salutes to all my people out there. Make sure you get to patreon.com/topbillin, where you can get full unedited videos. You can get early release videos. Your boy is going to do that live chat with the fans and all that, right? I might even have a running chat for people in the highest tier, where I might text with you a little bit or something, like jump in the chat text or something like that. So let me know what you think, all right? Huge shout outs to BetUS TV as well. Make sure you're on BetUS TV, baby. Get your knowledge bank up. Salute.